Tell me, what role does the United Nations play in the fomenting of this New World Order?
The United Nations is itself a body constituted by a sort of, you can say, plan for the establishment of the New World Order already by a society that obviously is itself typically Masonic. The United Nations is constituted in a typical Masonic way. The symbolism, the whole way, the structure is worked out. The United Nations headquarters, the famous meditating room and all that.
Right.
And they had the United Nations building exercised by my friend Dr. Safwat at the time of Boutros Ghali, and trying to cast out the demons. I think he had a hard job there. It's probably an impossible one. In fact, I think Dr. Safwat sometimes really takes on board challenges which are on the verge of the impossible. And Dr. Safwat is this exorcist, very high level, that works at the Esoteric Center in New York. But it seems like the United Nations is also in the hands of the Luciferians from the Lucis Trust and the whole Alice Bailey Theosophical Society kind of upbringing that wants to place, since the time of Krishnamurti, some kind of messiah at the top of this pyramid. The Theosophical Society, as we know, was born thanks to Madame Blavatsky and then developed with Alice Bailey, and
Right.
probably failed really in the worst way possible with the Krishnamurti project.
So
Accomplished their goal, which was to have this messiah. Obviously, the United Nations seems to be really the home of Satan this day, not really the home of Jesus, and receives the Luciferian Pope for taking their own lead in the New World Order from the Vatican and from the Zionists. But these are the carrying of the torch of evil is in the hands of the Vatican. They seem to have a very important role to play in it. That's why the Pope went to the United Nations. I said that this will be a very important moment already a few months ago.
Speaking about the trip of the Pope to the UN just a few days ago.
Yes,
Okay, yeah, go on, I'm sorry.
I stated that already in many months ago. Be careful, America, because the Pope is coming here to deliver itself a speech which is very symbolic for the 60th anniversary of, for the foundation of the UN anniversary. And why do you think is the Pope himself to deliver the speech? It could have been the Dalai Lama, it could have been the head rabbi of Jerusalem, it could have been... But instead it's the Pope, because he's the leading figure in this situation. He's the one who wants to be dominant over the World Council of Religion. He wants to manipulate with the Vatican and the Jesuit general all the interreligious dialogue in his favor. No, the Jesuits are the ones who are specific.
The Jesuits.
In charge of the demonology side of things. You have also Corrado Balducci, who is the chief demonologist of the Vatican.
The chief demonologist.
Yeah, well, the chief exorcist, let's say, of the Vatican, yes.
What was his name again?
Corrado Balducci.
Okay.
He happens to be also the guy who is in charge of the UFO thing for the Vatican.
What do you mean he's in charge of the UFO thing?
Well, he has started a dialogue with Zacharias Sitchin, which is himself a disinformant agent that works for the Vatican. And they have spread all these things concerning Anunnakis, Nephilim, whatever, alien myths, reptilians. So you think he's spreading all this around?
This is all coming directly out of the Vatican, particularly from the Jesuits.
Absolutely.
About the Nephilim, about the Anunnaki, about
Planet X.
Yeah, all from the...
Planet X, the Jesuit footage, for example, is called the Jesuit footage because it was given to Barbato in Italy by a Jesuit, and this is stated by him himself, you know. So how can you trust a Jesuit to give you footage about Planet X? These things go back a long time, because Zaccaria Sitchin also was received by the Pope. He had a meeting in Bellaria with Corrado Balducci. These meetings are reported, you know, it's not like events that are not reported. So David Icke is nowadays criticizing Zaccaria Sitchin, saying that he's an Illuminati, but at the same time he buys all the theories of Zaccaria Sitchin, and so I really don't understand what's wrong with David Icke. They're having a laugh in the Vatican, you know, they're really having a laugh. They can only laugh about certain things.
I could imagine.
It's obvious that Zaccaria Sitchin works also for the Zionists, but that is the very big link that since Cardinal Bea 50 years ago with the Second Vatican Council really links the Zionist establishment to the Vatican in a complete way.
What role do you know of the evangelicals playing in this whole scenario?
The evangelicals, like all the Christians of the Protestant realm these days, are secretly manipulated by the Vatican and simply wanting to become part of the World Council of Religions and you know, and be part of the network that is implementing the New World Order. They are corrupt. From the biggest, you know, Billy Graham or whatever other idiot you have around here, these people are the biggest fake, the biggest Satanists, and probably the people that Jesus, when he comes back, really wants to spit upon, because they are the people who are abusing the name of Jesus for their own interest.
It's very interesting that you would make that remark, because the author that wrote that book, Great Controversy, also made this statement. When Protestantism shall stretch her hand across the gulf to grasp the hand of the Roman power, when she shall reach over the abyss to clasp hands with spiritualism, when under the influence of this threefold union, our country shall repudiate every principle of its constitution as a Protestant and Republican government, and shall make provision for the propagation of papal falsehoods and delusions, then we may know that the time has come for the marvelous working of Satan, and that the end is near.